thought our Indiana team responded in a huge way today. We've had a long week, and we've gotten better throughout all of it. And to come in here today and get this result on the road, to win our third straight game on the road, it's a big deal. It's not easy to win in any league. It's especially tough to win in this league. And I don't think there's any coach, player, or program that wouldn't agree with that. I mean, it's very difficult to win. And especially when you're playing a team like Northwestern, they're coming off a great win that they had the other night at Illinois. They shoot the ball extremely well. They've become, I think, very comfortable now with one another after they lost Drew Crawford. And that's always going to take a little time when you lose a player like that, of that stature. But I thought our guys really defended. I think one thing I had to remind them of, because they never read about it or hear about it, is that they are in the top 10 in field goal percentage defense. And they're in the top 10 in field goal percentage defense and offense, and nationally. And I think they needed to be reminded that when we do those things, we're pretty good. And our key is that we just got to stay locked into what we're doing and try to stay away from all the clutter and noise and all those things that can distract you from, and there's so much of it. I mean, you just have to stay locked into what's important, and that's how do you improve, how do you make your teammates better, and what's your recipe for winning. And our guys have done a really good job the last couple days of really understanding that again. They've been very locked into this game, and I think it showed in our defense. Now, with that being said, there were times that Northwestern took advantage of our mistakes. That's what Northwestern does better than maybe anybody in this league. If you play a screen the wrong way, they're going to make you pay for it. And that happened to us a couple of times. And then we missed a few layups, but we never got down. And our spirit was tremendous all day long. And I think a very telling point for this game is when we scored 3 straight buckets when the game could have gone the other way for us. So tremendous contributions from a lot of guys. It's really hard when you're a freshman to go anywhere in the Big Ten, but especially to play Northwestern for your first time, because you have no real idea just how hard they cut, how much movement they're in, and you can talk about never relaxing and being alert and being aware, but until you go through it, it's hard. It's really hard. But I thought for the most part, Yogi played for the most part very well, and I thought the other guys that came in did their best, and they'll learn from this as we go. But this was going to be a leadership day for us in the sense of Christian, Cody, Victor, Jordan, Will, certainly Yogi stepped in there and did a nice job. Remy gave us very solid minutes, and we'll build on it.
First question.
Coach, I think that you're talking about defensively. I think they had 3 backdoor baskets or whatever. You had to be pretty happy with that. I mean, just how well you guys defended that.
Well, we wanted to take. You have to take that away. They're not going to be in the mid-range much, and I think today they actually did get some mid-range shots. That's not in my. I don't know how he coaches. I know what their results are and how they get their baskets, and you never see them taking a lot of mid-range shots. It's the cuts, it's the back cuts, it's the drives to the rim, it's the threes, and we did a pretty good job on that. A couple times we got out of position. A couple times we didn't get on the shoulders that we need to get on, but we were playing some different coverages today, and we were doing some different things based on the players that they had in the game. And I thought our guys, to do that, had to be really, really locked in, and number one thing was to take those away as much as we could.
In the second half, Northwestern extended its defense, played a lot more pressure in the half court, but you didn't turn the ball over a lot. Just talk about their ability to deal with that.
I think 6 turnovers against a really good defensive team that extended that pressure, and it took us a little bit to get the ball where we wanted it against their 1-3-1. But I think they'll see on the film where we missed some opportunities of what we want, how we wanted to attack it, where we wanted to get the ball, but we reversed it, and that was the key. The other night against Wisconsin, it was almost 2-1 on balls being shot on the first side rather than the second and the third side, and that's not how we win. That's not how we win. I mean, the ball has to reverse. So even when you're missing shots, the game's in movement, the ball's in movement. When that shot goes up, now you got a chance to get some offensive boards. So some of the things that we had to do statistically, take care of the ball, get back in transition, win the rebounding game, win the foul line game, we did those things.
Coach, against Minnesota, you guys scored, I think you scored 52 points in the first half, and you kind of allowed them to fall back in the second half. And kind of a similar thing today, not to the same degree, but Northwestern was able to fall back in the second half. Is there any similarities?
I don't know, what's your point? I don't get it. Claw back. What do you mean?
If they're able to narrow the deficit in the second half.
No, they played pretty well. Those teams played well. And we actually, we won both those games. So make sure you write that too.
You mentioned getting the ball where you wanted to against the 1-3-1. I guess just what sort of changed? I guess what did you guys figure out as it went along? As you
We
were
just moved the
attacking
ball
that?
better. It wasn't anything. It was stuff that we'd worked on. It was just a matter of there's certain things we want to do against our 1-3-1, and when we did them, we got the ball where we wanted it, and it moves. So that's about what I got.
21 and 13 from Cody, and some really big offensive putbacks, especially the
Dustin,
run.
you got another point?
No.
You sure? Okay. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Mike.
I get 21 and 13 from Cody, including the big putback of that of Jordan's shot clock beater.
Yeah, he played well. Cody did a good job. Cody really stepped up and did some really good things.
What's it like going on the road and playing in front of that kind of environment?
That was excellent. Our fans were great, and they've got a really good fan base too. But great fan support. I love seeing so many people here. Thank you.
Thanks.